It's Lindsay here, the Frugal Crafter, sporting a dress with pockets, guys. It's got pockets. It's so very exciting. And it's got this kind of vintage tablecloth vibe that I'm totally digging. I've actually had this dress for like, I don't know, many years. Probably, I don't know, I had it for a few years. At least 4 years. And I love it. I love it. For some reason, it doesn't really wrinkle that badly, even though it's like a woven cotton, and it's just so light and comfortable. And yeah, I'm feeling the vibe. It's kind of got this like retro tablecloth 50s vibe. I'm gonna go, hopefully, strawberry picking this weekend, and I think this is the perfect outfit for that. Got my crunchy sandals on. Remember the crunchy sandals? The Earth Origins, I really like them. And yeah, it's Sat Chat, in case you haven't picked up on that yet. In case you're new here, you're probably like, where is the tutorial? Where are the things I'm gonna learn? You have come to the wrong video. If that is you, this is Sat Chat. This is where we catch up, talk about the week that was, and we all gather together in the comments afterwards and chit chat with each other. So if you're here for it, then welcome. If you'd rather find a tutorial, well, there's thousands of them on my YouTube channel that you can avail yourself to. So with all that disclaimer out of the way, did I tell you I'm Lindsay, the Frugal Crafter? Oh, I feel like I should start over, but I'm not gonna. All right, so this week, we launched the 30 Days to Better painting class last weekend. It's been an amazing, amazing response, amazing success, in my opinion. And people are posting their work. It's awesome. I'm getting a lot of great feedback, a lot of good testimonials that I'll post on my blog at some point. And I'm really happy. People are really happy. There's some of the paintings back there on that board from it, but I'll put a link in the video description if you want to check it out, because it is 50% off for the launch month. I always launch my new classes at the lowest price they're ever going to be for my subscribers, so that they're the early adopters, the people that want to jump right in and buy it early, get the best price. I hate it when I buy something and then like 2 months later it's on sale. That's so annoying, so I never want my people to feel that way. So always best price when I launch it. And that sale is going on till the end of the month. So what is there, 30 days in June 30th? So you can grab it for that price until then. That way you get a little time to save up if you want to. What else? Oh, we've got a new episode. I'm all full of episodes. I have episodes all the time. In Critique Club, we've got this oil pastel painting here. And that is up. I will have a time lapse on YouTube at some point. Hopefully my lighting's not too bright. I did turn it down a little bit. I did notice it was bright last week, but it's because I had to change some lighting around for class filming. But anyway, this is oil pastel. I did touch it up with a little oil paint pen at the end, but that's all in the video. That's all in the Lesson in Critique Club. I don't think it really needed the paint pen. And actually, I'm seeing a little bit of shine on that, on the paint pen area. Not that it really shows on camera, but at this angle I can see it. Anyway, it was a lot of fun, and I used the new Haya oil pastels from Paul Rubens, and they have come out with a 72 set just now, as well as, oh, I could show it to you still. I haven't picked up my desk yet since I did that, so I still have it here on my desk. And nice assortment of colors, very, very soft, like the Sennelier oil pastels. I really would recommend. I did that on sanded paper, so it was able to take the layers that I wanted it to. But I did struggle towards the end getting those branches that were kind of like framing to be dark enough. So my recommendations would be, if you're going to get this set, plan on this set being like your final layers, and get more of like a drier oil pastel for your first layers, so that you can layer up and you don't have to have sanded paper. That way you can use like the more affordable Canson XL sand grain, or even sketchbook paper. You would have a better time with that. But I do like these. I think they're a wonderful product, and the price is good. And they've also come out with these chunky oil pastels in white and black, which is kind of nice. I really enjoyed using them. I think they're kind of pricey for what they are. The price has come down a little bit already in just a week since they've been out, so that's good. You get 2 for less than the price of 1 of the jumbo Sennelier sticks, but there's only white and black. They're probably testing the waters to see how popular they are before they roll out more colors. So that's up in Critique Club. I'll put a link in the description for that. It's $5 a month. It's a monthly membership group. You get a monthly prompt, 2 brand new tutorials, plus access to all the old prompts and old tutorials. There's over 100 in the group, so you get access to that as long as you're a member. And oh my gosh, I was making bread last night and I took my rings off, so I don't want anyone to be like, oh my gosh, Lindsay, your wedding ring. It's on my ring holder by my kitchen sink because I was kneading dough. Every time I forget to put my rings back on after I've made bread, people are like, Lindsay, is everything okay? Yes, I assure you everything's okay. And then this cute little guy, this is for an upcoming free class. The time lapse is up on my YouTube channel now, but this is going to be a free class at Michael's online. I'll put a link to that in the video description as well. It is, I believe, on July 14th. It's a Friday afternoon, and it's like I've said the 12th a couple times. I think I typed the 12th in my video description from that video, but I've changed it, but it's on the 14th anyways, I'm pretty sure. It's a Friday afternoon, and it's free, and we're using Derwent pastel watercolors and the set of 12 Inktense pencils, so it's, you know, you don't need a ton of supplies for it. I saw some feedback on the last Michael's class I did, because I had, like, you could use either the Derwent pan paints or the Inktense blocks or the Inktense pencils, and so in the supply list and the ones where you could click and shop, they had every product in there, so it was like this crazy amount of money, like if you wanted to buy the supplies, because the class is free, you don't have to buy any supplies. But so I was kind of like, oh, you know, that looks a little scary and intimidating, so I wanted to make sure it was a little bit more of a smaller list for people, so they wouldn't be like, oh my gosh, I can't afford to make art. You totally can afford to make art. And if you don't have those supplies, you don't want to buy those supplies, if you have some pastel watercolors, that would work. If you have some gouache, that will work. If you have some white watercolor, you can mix it with your colors and make pastel watercolors, you know. I'm sure you can figure out a way to do that class on a budget, absolutely. And plus, I mean, even if you have to go out and buy the set of 12 Inktense pencils and the 12 pan paints and some watercolor paper, it's not going to break the bank. But that is open for enrollment, and I want to thank everyone that left a sweet review on that class. I really appreciate it, because it's kind of weird over there at Michael's. They have they'll list the class so you can sign up, but they're live classes. Once the class is up, once the class starts, then it's off their website and all the reviews go away. But before that, like, any reviews there they're like psychic reviewers, and I had a bad review in the last one because of the price of the supplies in the list, which I don't have any control over. But they're like, oh, I love Lindsay's teaching, but that's crazy to put all those supplies in the supply list, and it was like a 1-star review, and it's like, the class hasn't even happened yet. Why 1 star? But thankfully, some friends from the Lindsay's Frugalites group on Facebook went over and left some reviews, so that was nice. So just people would know what they were in for with me as a teacher, basically, because obviously I haven't taught the class yet, so nobody can actually review it, but there's a place to put reviews. It's kind of strange, but I thank you very much for those of you that left a review. I made a list. I made a list on my phone. Let's see, what haven't I talked about? I feel like I have a lot to say, even though it's not really that much. I don't know. I feel like I feel chatty. I feel chatty today. I've been alone. I've been alone in my world all day, and haven't had anyone to talk to. So you're bearing the brunt of that. Went to the Botanical Gardens last weekend. It was awesome. They had plein air days, and that's the Coastal Maine Botanical Gardens in Boothbay Harbor, Maine. And for plein air days, I think it was like 4 days, and painters could come for free and paint. And you would come as many times as you wanted to, but you had to register each day, just probably so they didn't get too many people in the park at once. It's a huge place though. And we went Sunday. And I did a couple things on location. I did this. My sister and I sat by this. It was like a water feature. It's not a natural waterfall, but it's kind of like a water fountain feature type thing. And I love the rocks around it. So I'm like, I'm going to paint that. That was when I spent the most time on it. I think it was probably like, I don't know, maybe an hour. I'm not sure. It's so hard to tell when you're out there painting and just in the air and chit-chatting and stuff. So I don't know, maybe an hour on that. And I did change it because this was all like pond scummy gross, and so I made that into like, you know, pretty water. And there was just like kind of like plastic, I don't know what. So I added rocks and put some little trickling waters in there, but that was fun. My first sketch I did was of the weather vane in the children's garden, and these photos are up on Instagram too, on my at Lindsay Weirich on Instagram if you want to check it out. I did that little weather vane windmill thing, and then when I was waiting for food. I gotta say, I do not recommend the veggie burger at the place. I mean, if you're hungry, you know, it's food. But that is my review. If you're hungry, it's food. But anyway, while we were waiting, because it was pretty busy, I did the sketch because I'm like, well, if I sketch, then the food will come quicker. So I'm like, I will sketch those peonies. So I just stood there and I did a pen and ink and wash type sketch. And I don't know if it made the food come any quicker, but it was a pretty quick sketch anyway. And while I was there, I went to the gift shop on my way out and I found a new water-soluble crayon to test. And this is it right here. It's the Kit Pass watercolor crayons. They're for windows, for paper, they're watercolors, and they're safe for children. There's 16 colors, and it was $17.20 before tax. And this is what they look like. They kind of remind me of like face crayons or bath crayons. They are softer than like a Neocolor or a Woody, but they are not as soft and not as transparent as like a water-soluble oil pastel. So they're kind of like that, a bridge like between watercolor crayon or a watercolor wax pastel and a water-soluble oil pastel. So kind of nice to add to the arsenal. I did a little swatch here of the colors and blending them and stuff, and they blended really well. They're nice. They're not quite as vibrant as the Neocolors or the Swiss colors or the Woodies, and I have a comparison. I'm not sure when I'm going to post it. I recorded it the other day, but a comparison between the new Swiss colors. Oh, they're right here. I picked these up on Blick. They're like half sticks of the Neocolor 2s, but they're like their student range. And I was just comparing them to see if they're the same as the Neocolor 2s, just like smaller, so people can get a taste before they invest in the Neocolor 2s. They're like $8 for these 15 colors. You really can't beat the price. They definitely were my recommendation out of the 4 as far as like budget to quality. But anyway, I wanted to compare those, the Kit Pass and the Woodies, just to kind of see what the differences were, how they work together, are you getting what you pay for, that sort of thing. It's funny, whenever I do a critical review, I always get people like, you are being unfair, you're not being professional. It's like, I'm telling you like it is, you know? So there you have it. Oh, what else do I have to say today? Oh, I bought some fabric. Oh, okay, so I went to town. I know it's always it's a big event when the hermit leaves the house, but I went to town a couple times. I went to town once, actually, not a couple times. I left the house a couple times, but I went to town once. Had an appointment to get my teeth cleaned, and everything is a-okay. No cavities, no issues. And then I decided, well, I'm out. I really want to buy a volleyball and some knee pads because I've played volleyball once. Then I didn't go last Sunday because we went to the botanical gardens, so I missed that. And there's no volleyball this Sunday because of Father's Day. And I really feel like I need to get up to speed a bit because I've never played other than like gym class and maybe junior high or my freshman year in high school. So I really don't know what I'm doing. So I found some YouTube videos and I found a serve called the bow and arrow. Whew. And I'm like, I gotta practice that because I was just doing that kind of whoo serve. And, you know, most of the time I made it over the net. Oh yeah, we're not skilled over here yet. So I'm like, I'm gonna get my own ball and I'm gonna practice. Plus, I was borrowing Lila's knee pads because she plays volleyball at Southern Maine. And I just figured, you know, I gotta get my own because she might want to come play as well. And I do tend to dive for balls when I play. I don't know, I just kind of go on instinct, I guess. I do the same thing with pickleball. And I was at Martin's actually because I needed fabric, and that was the other thing. It's like I wanted to make a couple tennis dresses because I have this this top. It's actually, I don't know if it's a top or a dress, but it's longer than what I would consider a top. And I wear it as like, I used to wear it as a bathing suit cover up. I wear it with like bike shorts to play pickleball, and it's just the most comfortable and yet like not dressy but flattering. Like I could go do errands in it. Just a little dress. It's kind of like a tennis dress. And then I was seeing tennis dresses advertised on Facebook, and I was like, that's really cute, but there's not much to it, and they're kind of expensive. I think I could make those, and just rather than sewing the shorts into them, just like, you know, get some bike shorts that I can throw on under them. I have one pair with pockets, and I don't really want to mess with sewing pockets. This dress, did I mention this dress has pockets? It has pockets. I love a dress with pockets. It's so exciting when you forget and you're like, oh, this dress has pockets. This is so great. I can put my phone in there. I can put a little wallet in the other one. Very few dresses have pockets in case you're, you know, a man and you don't know that. Anyway, so the bike shorts have pockets. So if I have bike shorts with pockets, I can just sew a simple tennis dress. I can just copy the dress that I have that I really love. So I bought some fabric. I went to Martin's for fabric. And I thought, maybe I'll find a volleyball there. I didn't, in my wildest dreams, think I'd be able to find knee pads there, but I actually did. So anyway, I went to Martin's and I got this for my husband for Father's Day. He likes Reese's peanut butter cups. I got this fabric is so cute, but I don't know if I'm going to do a tennis dress with it because it's lycra. It's like bathing suit material, but I think that would be really comfortable to play tennis or pickleball or volleyball in. And I love the pattern, but I'm going to definitely use this last because I'm just worried about the directionality of the pattern and getting it to come out okay. I was looking for more of a floral, but I just love that pattern. And I got this coral. This was only $2.99 a yard, this coral stretch knit material. I'm going to practice. I'm going to make my first dress on this, and then I'll have a good idea of what to do. Then I got black. The black was a little bit more expensive. I'm not sure why, but I was also looking for a fabric that was thick enough that I wouldn't have to line it, because if I'm going to wear like a pretty full coverage sports bra and bike shorts underneath it, then I really don't need like lining in it, as long as the fabric's not translucent. So then I got this. This was $6.99 a yard. So this yard and a half was $10.99. This was, I got 2 yards of this. It was actually, yeah, $5.98 for 2 yards of this, which I think is a bargain. And then this fabric was more expensive. It was $5.99 a yard. No, it was $3.99 a yard, so this was $5.99 for a yard and a half. But I'm thinking I actually might do a skirt out of this, and I was thinking that I might do, except I'm not sure about the pattern. The pattern might not work with it, because I was thinking of doing a circle skirt, but like a kind of a just above the knee length circle skirt, but instead of having the waist come right up to my waist because I'm very short waisted, I would actually have it be kind of like on my hip bone, but do like a band, like kind of like yoga pants have a band, do kind of like a banded top so that I could have it. And that would actually add a little length to it if I was doing a circle skirt too, because sometimes circle skirts take quite a bit of fabric, but I think that I have enough there. But anyway, that's what I was thinking with that fabric. And yeah, I got myself a volleyball. And so I was practicing last night. I was out in the backyard. We've had the weirdest weather. It like rained all last week. Then it was beautiful last weekend. Then this week it said it's going to rain all week, but then it'll rain, but then the sun will be out, and then it'll rain and the sun will be out, but it was saying it's just going to be a whole washout. Like, it was beautiful, sunny this morning. I walked the dog. It was gorgeous out. So I just don't know. I just don't know what we're going to get. But anyways, last night it was beautiful after supper. I'm like, I'm going to go outside and practice my volleyball. I asked the girls if they wanted to come out, and they didn't. So I'm like, that's fine, because I'll just practice serving, and we have a ranch. So I'm like, if I can serve it and hit the roof, then that'll be perfect, because I'll know I'll be able to make it over the net. And so I found an area where it was kind of between windows, because I didn't want to hit a window, obviously, if I didn't quite get up to the roof line. And there was a chimney, so I'm like, I can shoot for the chimney. It's just a brick chimney. And so I was doing that, and then I got the volleyball stuck behind the chimney. So then I started throwing other balls up there to try to hit the volleyball down. I ended up getting a football stuck behind the chimney as well. So then I had to climb up onto the roof, which terrified my husband. I don't know why, because I've never fallen off a roof before. So I got up there and I knocked the balls down, and I came back down, and then if I can do 25 good serves, then I'll call it a night. And so I was serving for a while, and somebody let the dog out, and the dog was barking. She couldn't handle it, the fact that somebody was playing with a ball and it wasn't her. And so then Maisie came out to get the dog, and then she saw that I was playing with the volleyball, and I guess it just looked like too much fun, because then she wanted to play too. So she's outside in her socks, and we're just hitting the volleyball around, and that was fun. And yeah, so I'm just going to shoot for 25 good serves every night, and I think that would really do a lot to practice my my skills. And hey, welcome to the gun show, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna have the volleyball shoulders and arms. That's gonna be awesome. And then I figure while I'm at it outside practicing volleyball serves, when I get tired of that, I have my juggling clubs that I can only use outside because they're heavy, they're weighted, heavy juggling clubs, and I can practice my juggling clubs while I'm at it. And that's also a really good exercise for your arms. So yeah, go sports, right? Go sports. And actually, so this dress, I haven't worn this since last summer, and it was snug last summer, and I've actually got, it's actually kind of bunching a little bit on the sides, because I've lost some weight since last summer, intentionally. I think the sports and, just watching what I'm eating. In the back, there's a tie in the back, but it's not a real tie. I'll show you here. Maybe, can you see that? So there's a tie in the back, but it's not a real tie. It's like it's sewn all the way across. Then you can just tie this piece of fabric around it. So it's like a faux bow kind of, so I can't like tie it in, but I also really don't want to take it in because this is a lined dress. And if I gain weight back, I don't want it not to fit. So this has always been kind of like hold your breath. It's been a hold your breath dress. It's like you know, you don't want to be eating too well. Actually, it has a pretty high waist, but it's kind of like, yeah, it was a very form fitting. It was just like the perfect size. It's actually a little bit baggy here on each side now, but that's a good thing though. I was trying to drop a few pounds last winter, and success. Oh, we're at 20 minutes. What else do I have to talk about? I shouldn't have talked so fast. Somebody was like, left a comment. It was like, you're giving me anxiety with how fast you talk. It's like, how do you think I feel? I have to live in this all the time, in this restless cage of flesh. You just can turn the show off or hit the little gear button and slow me down, and I just sound like a drunk person. But yeah, I gotta live in it. I gotta live in it. That's why the sports. That's why the volleyball and the juggling and the pickleball, because I'm a restless person, and I have a lot more energy now. The kids well, they're back for the summer for the most part, but you know, when they went off to school, it like freed up so much energy that yeah, I've got to channel it somewhere. Just channel it into my art and channel it into my sport du jour, which is weird because I'm a total late bloomer when it comes to sports. I never played anything. I did track in junior high, and I only signed up for track. I've never enjoyed running, but I signed up for track because it was a no-cut sport. All the other sports, you would be cut, and I definitely would be cut because I was very gawky and ungainly and overweight and just like not the athletic type of person. So I'm like, I'll do track and field because I could do the shot put and discus and the high jump and stuff like that. And I damaged my knee during the high jump, and because my parents would not let me quit. If you sign up for something, you are sticking it through. It doesn't matter how miserable you are, you're seeing it through. And I was so happy that I injured myself and I could be off the team because I hated it. I absolutely hated it so much. And I was like, I'm done with sports. I still don't enjoy watching sports unless my kids are playing in the sport. My kids all did all the sports, and I would watch them, and I enjoy watching them play sports, but other sports I don't really like watching, except for like maybe figure skating or ballroom dance. I just don't enjoy it. But playing them, on the other hand, is really fun, and people are nicer when they're grown-ups, you know. I grew up in the hard knock decade known as the 1980s, and people didn't pull any punches. So it wasn't fun. It wasn't fun back then, but it's fun. It's fun now that I'm an adult, and and everyone's just there gomming around, you know, trying their best. That's my kind of sport. It's like, in fact, if I didn't have to keep score, I would be so happy if I didn't have to keep score. I would just like, I would love to just, let's play tennis and not keep score and just hit the ball back and forth and try to aim for the person so that they don't have to run so much. I like that kind of sports where you're just hanging out with people and having a good time. My friend Karen calls it picnic sports, and I'm like, yeah, that's a great name for it, picnic sports. I think that's what I like too. That's just yeah, it's fun. It's fun. Oh my gosh, something else I want to mention. I don't know if anyone else, this isn't artsy, but so I don't know how much you guys are going to be interested in this, but I was at the Dollar Tree last weekend, and the reason why I was rewind, strike that, reverse it. So I just ordered a inflatable stand-up paddleboard, and I'm so excited because I love my hardshell paddleboard. I've had it for a few years. I use it all the time. I prefer it to kayaking even, but our truck didn't pass inspection, and rather than pumping more money into it, we're just going to sell it. And now I don't have a transportation for my hardshell pickleboard unless I want to use the Jeep, but I've got it dangling out the back and I can't really go too far with it. And so when we knew the truck wasn't going to pass inspection and we're going to have to look for something else, I'm like, if I'm picking out a car, I want a convertible. So I bought a convertible last fall, and I absolutely love it. I have not regretted it one single moment. It is fantastic. But the downside is I can't throw a kayak in that. I can't throw a paddleboard. I'm very limited to what I can bring. And I love to go to the beach in the summer, and I really want to spend more days at the beach this summer. I tend to, work really long weeks, long hours during the winter so that I can take it easy in the summer. And when we do get a beautiful day, I want to just be able to, cut loose and go have some fun, because life is short. We only have one life, guys. Remember it. We don't know how long we have. Act as if you're dying because you are, that's morbid, I know, but seriously. So I saw a stand-up paddleboard advertised. It was a good price, and I ordered it. But actually, I thought I could buy it in person, but they didn't have them at the store. But it was right near a Dollar Tree, and I'm like, well, I like to wander in and see what they have, because sometimes you can find some really good deals. Sometimes they'll have like weird, it'll actually be name brand stuff. And I'd heard that they had Dermageek products at some Dollar Tree, so I'm like, I just want to check. I've never used that brand before, but I heard really good things about it. And sure enough, at the one on Union Street in Bangor, I found the Niacinamide Night Cream by Dermageek. It's regular like 17 to 20 bucks, $1.25. So I grabbed that. I don't know why I didn't grab two. I grabbed one like a crazy person. I wish I grabbed two because I could have one for the downstairs bathroom, because sometimes I like to wash my face downstairs and I could just put that on and you know, because maybe I'm waiting for a video to render or whatever, and I want to brush my teeth and wash my face, and don't have to go up all the way upstairs. The water takes longer to get hot upstairs. So anyway, I only bought one though. I'm not going to make a special trip for it, but hey, if you live in Bangor near the Union Street Dollar Tree, then get one of those. I don't know. They could be sold out. They're probably sold out by now. I don't know. But something that I found at that Dollar Tree, and then I went to another Dollar Tree just to see, was Revlon has 3 lipsticks that, I don't know how many colors they have. I only saw 3 and I bought all 3, and they are perfect. I'm wearing, actually, I think I have all 3 on because I was like kind of mixing this, mixing that. And it was 3 perfect colors. They have this color called Rose Wine, which is kind of like a slightly brownish red that's like a cream formulation, but it's kind of a neutral. I think these 3 reds would go with any complexion, honestly. I think they might just be testing these 3 formulations at Dollar Tree, and then like you'll have to go to the drugstore or whatever and pay $10 for whatever other colors there are. But there's a cream formula, which the Rose Wine is a cream formula. It is just so luscious. It feels like chapstick. But it is just like a slight satiny finish. It's so comfortable. I don't know how long wearing it is. It's pretty good though. It's almost like it's kind of, I wouldn't really call it sheer. It's not like a tinted lip balm, but it's kind of feels like that. But it does have a pretty decent coverage, great color, just kind of more of a neutrally reddish brown, I would say. And brown lips are in this summer, in case you're wondering. So I got that. That was a cream formulation. I got one that was called like Ruby Red, which was, I think that might have been a pearl, but it's not really pearly. It's really pretty. Because I know we try to avoid pearls and frosted products as we get older, but I don't know, it was really pretty. And then there was one that was like a really red or true red or something that was a matte formula. But you can actually mix them all together, like I did today, or wear them on their own. I think they're a nice neutral color. They're like those perfect neutral reds. So I went to the Dollar Tree in Brewer, Maine, and I grabbed another of the Rose Wine. Actually, I grabbed 2 more of the Rose Wine because that's such a perfect color. I threw one in my car, and I threw one's in my makeup box, and then I have it back up. Because when you find the perfect shade of lipstick, you want to grab a few because they don't come along very often. Because first I was kind of worried. I'm like, are these discontinued colors? Is that why they're there? But they were at both of the Dollar Trees, and they were 3 different formulations, and that's all there was. So I'm thinking they may just be introducing a color. I also saw a bunch of Maybelline lipsticks there, and like, if you don't know, I mean, lipstick for $1.25 is pretty good. Generally, if you go to even like Walmart, you're going to pay probably... I seriously just ran out of time, but I'm not re-recording this, so you get an extra long sat chat. I cannot believe, I didn't think I had enough to say, but get me talking about lipstick and I can talk for days. So I don't think they're discontinued, but like if you go to a drugstore, you go to Walmart even, or the grocery store where I usually get all my cosmetics at Hannaford in Brewer, Maine, because I'm too lazy to make another trip. Like I need to get my fabric and my volleyball in the same store. So anyway, I don't think they're discontinued. I think they're just launching a new line maybe, or just trying to convert people over. Like, oh, you like this formulation, you like the formulation, then you'll buy it in a different color where it's like $8 or $9. I don't know. But it seems like if I'm buying a name brand lipstick, it's going to generally be around, $6 to $10. And then if you go to like Macy's or something, you can pay like crazy money for lipstick, which I don't. I have been wearing the CoverGirl Outlast lipstick, and I like that, except it can get kind of cakey after a while. I do like it though, because you can put it on and then there's like a top coat that you keep reapplying that's kind of like a lip balm. But I love like rich red colors, and those rich reds are kind of the colors that tend to get cakier. I'm not sure why. And I also don't really like the feeling of it on my lips as much as I like a moisturizing lipstick. And man, they knocked it out of the park. Dollar Tree, the extra 25 cents, man, you are knocking it out of the park with what you can get with those extra 25 cents. Did I get anything else of note? Oh, yes, I did. I got, because I'm a big fan of their salicylic acid face wash there. It's like the Neutrogena face wash, but it's $1.25. Used to be $1. And they've had that forever. They did run out of it during the pandemic, but luckily I had like 20 bottles in my cupboard because I love that face wash. It's such a great, everybody in the family uses it. It's so good. It's such a good find. But now, sometimes it's a little drying, right? Because it's a salicylic acid. It's more for like oil control, oil-free foaming face wash. So it's more of like a, you know, it's a foaming cleanser. It's more of like a soap. But it doesn't leave residue. It's just wonderful. If you like the Neutrogena, I definitely would give it a shot. And now they have a Cetaphil dupe. It's a little smaller than like the bottle of Cetaphil face wash, but that face wash I think is about $7. So the Dollar Tree one's $1.25. I bought a bottle, Union Street, tried it. I'm like, oh, this is great. Because sometimes if I haven't put makeup on, I'm just washing off my daily grime. I don't feel like I need the harsher oil-free cleanser. I can just, you know, use the like the Cetaphil. And it's great. It's wonderful. I highly recommend it. And I guess they also have the Cetaphil lotion, dupe of the Cetaphil lotion. I didn't see that, but I did see another YouTuber review that and say that it's great. But I didn't see that. But anyway, the face wash is great and such a bargain. So I grabbed a couple of those at the other Dollar Tree after I got my volleyball, my big day in town, dental cleaning, Martin's, for fabric and volleyballs, for my fabric and volleyball needs, the Dollar Tree for my budget skincare needs, and the bank. Yeah, busy day, busy day. What else did I find? Oh, they do, and you know what? I have to also say that I like their Global Beauty product, hyaluronic acid serum, and I mean, just look at the ingredients on anything. Dr. Dre, who's a licensed dermatologist on YouTube, she will go through and like look at the ingredients on all these products and kind of give you her opinion, which I don't think I would have tried any of those products without seeing her opinion on them, just because I would have always thought they were just sketchy. But you can find cruelty-free. I just look for the cruelty-free products, and there's a lot to be found there. I'm wondering if it's just kind of like white labeling, like how we have white labeling in art supplies. Like there's probably white labeling in skincare as well. So, you know, and I heard something like 90% of what you pay for a product, for a beauty product, is the packaging. So it's like, how nice is the bottle? How nice is the, like for instance, I just colored and trimmed my hair today, and I went with a, I didn't pay a lot more for it because I found it at Martin's actually, but I went for a higher end hair color than I usually get, because honestly, I think they're all pretty much the same. Like the ingredients are all pretty much the same. It's just, are you getting a nicer conditioner? Are you getting nicer packaging? And so I went with a higher end one. I think the product is like the same, like same quality, but the packaging that it came in, like the bottle that the hair stuff came in, has a fine tip applicator and a screw off top, so you don't have to like snip the top. So it just kind of makes the whole process a little more enjoyable. But anyway, I'm like, I am washing that out because the tip is so fine, I could fill a water brush with it. And then the bottle is probably like 4 ounces, so I could definitely have enough paint water in there for stuff. So it's like, ooh, saving that, gonna wash that out, gonna save that. So yeah, I definitely think that a lot of what you're paying for with beauty products is, well, you know, I look for the cruelty-free label, and that makes me think is like, if they can do cruelty-free for $1.25, they're probably just white labeling it from some other manufacturer, just doing cheaper like packaging. Anyway, I don't have finicky skin. My skin is kind of on the dry side, but I don't have finicky skin, so you know, I can buy my cosmetics at Hannaford grocery store, and it's not that big of a deal. So yeah, I guess that's it. We've talked. We ran the camera out of juice, man. When's the last time we did that? Oh my gosh, I feel like I had to catch up with you guys so much this week. So much to say. It's summertime and living is easy and I'm feeling good. I'm feeling really good. I've slept really well this week. I think getting the 30 days to better painting class launched and having people start to go through it and getting feedback. I'm always kind of nervous. I was texting with a friend. I'm like, oh my gosh, help me. I have imposter syndrome. And this was like the day before I launched. I'm like, I'm launching tomorrow and I'm like so nervous that nobody's going to like it. And he's like, no, you're good. You're good. You got this. And, he's like, I have no advice, because he's also an artist. He's like, I have no advice. We all think we're going to fail. So I was so happy that it was well received, and then seeing the artwork that people are posting, it just warms my heart because everyone's doing such an amazing job. The work looks so good. And just hearing people's feedback in the comments in the class is just so wonderful. It does. It warms my heart because I thought this was really an empowering idea, like giving people like just sit down and go. Don't waste your time trying to decide what to paint. Don't waste your time doubting yourself. We all doubt ourselves. Like case in point, imposter syndrome, we all doubt ourselves. So if we can just remove that self-doubt, remove that just decision fatigue, and just get to the business of creating, then it's empowering. It makes you feel good. It makes you feel like, yeah, I didn't waste money on these supplies. I'm using them. I didn't waste my time. I made a thing. You know, I can make another thing now that I got the ball rolling. I'm starting to roll down that hill. Now I can, you know, jump onto this other project I've wanted to do. So it was received in the method, in the manner of which I presented it, and my greatest hopes have been realized. I am so happy with that. So if you are curious about 30 Days to Better Painting, there is a link in the video description, and I hope to see you there. 50% off the launch month. There is a discount link, but if for whatever reason the link doesn't show up, the coupon code is there. I think it's 30 days launch, I believe, is the discount code, but I'll have it typed out so you can paste it if you need to. It should just show up when you click the link, but I think sometimes if people are on different devices, like mobile devices, sometimes like the coupon code gets lost in the atmosphere. I don't know. But if it ever happens that you bought something on sale and the sale price didn't show up or whatever, just email me. I'll refund the difference. I'm not that hard to work with. I'm honest and easygoing, and you know, I definitely will take it in the spirit that it is offered. So with that, I'm looking around, see if there's anything exciting I haven't mentioned. Oh, there is something kind of exciting. I'm working on a review for this. I think I mentioned it last week, but I got the swatches done anyway. They're new Rosa colors. They've got a new granulating. They've got a new 10 set of colors. I don't know if it's as a set or if they're open stock, because I couldn't find the sets of the 10 new colors anywhere. They sent me a set to review. I've reviewed this stuff in the past that I bought and paid for, but they offered this set of new colors for free for me to review when I was on Instagram. Anyways, they sent me a message. Oh my gosh, I always feel like I need to over-explain it when I'm sent something for free, just because I want you to know, in case you think that might cloud my judgment. I just want you to know, it doesn't cloud my judgment. I treat something the same whether I paid for it or whether it was sent for free. I've been doing this so long that nobody can pay me. Nobody can send me some free product and make me think that they're all that in a bag of chips. But anyway, this is the new colors. These four granulated really well. The gold and silver are actually really good for mixing in with other colors, so I thought that was kind of exciting. Anyway, I've also got a dot card of all their other colors, and you can let me know if you want a swatching video of that. Maybe something to fall asleep to. I don't know. I don't find them very exciting to watch, but some people like them, like the swatching videos. So I just figure people want that to fall asleep to, and that's fine. Hey, I could use a watch time. You let that sucker play. That's great. That's perfect. It's every YouTuber's dream. Just somebody fall asleep with our video playing so that we can accrue the watch time. But that's all I have for today. I'm just stalling now. It's been great hanging out with you. I can't wait to see what you're up to in the comments below. Let me know what you were doing this weekend. You got some fun plans? Give me some ideas. I hope to go strawberry picking. I don't even know if the strawberries are going to be good this year because it's rained so much the last couple weeks. They could be waterlogged and tasteless. I don't know, but I want to make some jam. I want to make some daiquiris. You know, the stuff. The strawberry stuff. I love to make homemade jam. There's nothing like it. It is so good. If I'm going to have the sugar, I want to have something that tastes that good. Strawberry jam is just homemade. So good. Chef's kiss. Mwah. And fresh bread. I barely eat store-bought bread because it's like, if I'm going to have bread, I'm going to make it. I'm going to enjoy it because it just doesn't compare. It's one of the few things my husband enjoys that I cook is jam and bread and other bread products like pizza and stuff and cookies. But other than that, like my regular cooking repertoire, yeah. He's like, no thanks. Kids aren't home anymore. I don't need to set an example. Well, that's fine because then I don't have the burden of cooking every day. And I will take that. That's why I have so much energy, so much restless energy. I'm not burdened, you know, behind the stove. And I'm here for that. So anyway, I'm feeling all, not choked up, but like I need to cough. So that will be that. Thank you for watching this extended Sat Chat. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I'll catch up with you in the comments. Till next time, happy crafting. Bye.